All right, we are live. We were probably live before I even thought we were live. I'm excited to do this. This is probably going to be one of the fastest live streams I've ever done, but I want to welcome you guys. I'm talking about something that just transpired over the past week. How I generated over $103,000 and $108,000 in revenue booked. We were also able to generate $43,000 cash and 200 leads in 7 days. And so I want to talk about this process of how this happened and how you can set yourself up this way too. For those of you guys who don't know me, I'm Shameca Tankerson. I'm known as the Doubt Slayer. I'm also the author of the best-selling book, The Power of Permission, How to Set Fire to Your Fears and Sell More. That is available on Amazon.com, and it is a great place for you to start with me if you are just being introduced to me. So a couple of things I want to share as we start this live stream series, not a series, but this live stream right now, is there are options for you to get the show notes. My team types up notes from each of these shows that we do. If you just type show notes in the comments, it'll take you through my messenger bot, which I actually call Mika bot, and she will give you the instructions for how to get access to the show notes and all of the recordings from previous shows. That's one thing. If you want to be reminded on a consistent basis when I'm going live, which I go live every Tuesday, but if you want a reminder, all you have to do is type #reminder. And that will actually get you started with the information on how to get yourself set up to get a reminder every week. And the last thing that I want to share with you, which is really important, a really important announcement, is I have been going through my 100K month blueprint. I am doing that training again, and I'll make this announcement at the end as well next week. So if you want information on the secret location for that training, it's a live training with me. I teach it live. I open up for Q&A at the end, walking you through how to get yourself set up to start doing 100K a month. All you have to do is type 100K month blueprint. This won't be a bot. This will be me or someone on my team. We'll come back around and make sure that you get access to that secret location. What I will tell you is you want to have about 2 hours set aside on your calendar in order to do that, because again, there is open Q&A at the end, and I stay until all questions are answered. So that's what we're doing next Tuesday at 12:30 p.m. Pacific time. So just so that you know what time that's going to be happening, that's the 100K month blueprint. If you want that, just type 100K month blueprint and we will get you all squared away. All right. So I want to jump into what we are doing today is talking about how I was able to generate $108,000 in leads in just 7 days, or $108,000 and 200 leads in just 7 days. So I want to slow down and I want to go back up to one of the things that I think is the biggest things that I want to talk about before I talk about how we got there, and that's mindset. And I know, do I have a note here for mindset? I don't. So I just want you to write that down. And I know a lot of people talk about mindset and they talk about journaling work and all of those things, but I want to walk you through how I showed up at the beginning of the month that almost cost me everything. How I showed up at the beginning of the month that had me stalled at $2,000 in sales only by July 8th. Yes, that's right. I said on July 8th, I had only sold $2,000 worth of services. And so this is what I want to share. It's the mindset piece, right? You often will hear people say, new level, new devil. Well, what I've learned in my journey to getting to where I am with consistently doing 100K months, building my business to $500,000 very quickly, without using Facebook ads, without using a bunch of technology, and really just honing in on who I be, is that mindset matters most, and that it's not new level, new devil. It's new level, same devil. And so what I want you to hone in on is whatever stops you at your current level or the level that you were at before this, right? Whatever stops you from getting to six figures is the same thing that's going to stop you or possibly block you from getting to six-figure months. You got to know and put a finger on what that thing is. So when it shows up, you can quickly turn it around. So again, let's go back to my story. We're at the 8th of July and I've got $2,000 in new sales, right? We have recurring revenue coming in. So it wasn't like I didn't have anything going on, but there's $2,000 in new sales. And I had to say to myself, and I was talking to a partner in a program that I'm in, an accountability partner, saying, I don't really know where the leads are going to come from. And what I realized is I had made an internal decision that this month, there was no way I was going to be able to repeat another 100K month because I had never done it back to back to back to back like that. And so what I realized is that internal decision, not only was I not going to be able to make 100K month, but I actually had derailed my sales. There was nothing on my calendar. My assistant, my online business manager, Paula, sent me a message on Tuesday and said, you don't have anything on your calendar. And I kind of giggled and I was like, yeah, I know. And then by the time I got to Thursday, which was the 9th, I realized it was me. I had decided that it was over. I had decided that this month was going to be a little different than the other months. And it was going to take me, maybe I'll hit 100K, maybe I'll hit 80, 70, 50, but it's been a good run. That was a subconscious conversation. It wasn't even a conscious conversation that I was having with myself. And so why am I sharing this? And I'm going to share with you what I did to turn it around. But I want you to be aware that there are patterns of behavior that you have that are happening without your knowledge and without your permission, because they are habits of behavior. They're based on the repetition of doing things in a certain way all the time. So whenever I would make a lot of money, I would go into self-sabotage mode, meaning, okay, that's a lot of money. I'm not clear. I don't know what to do. I don't know what I'm going to do next. And so everything shuts down. And when I first started noticing it, it would be as simple as I could have a $30,000 month and then not make money for 90 days or sometimes even 6 months because this thing was happening. So I'm aware that this is a vice of mine that shows up when I get uncomfortable in my growth pattern. You must be aware of if it's shame, right? If it's self-sabotage, if you will all of a sudden start planning something new and throw a monkey wrench in it or create a new program when something goes well. You have to find your vice that stops you from getting to the next level so that you can recognize it and make a different decision. And so July 9th, I made a different decision because I recognized what was happening. I was like, oh, this is self-sabotage, Shameca. Shameca that says, oh, okay, we're done. So we're going to do less, right? I'm uncomfortable where I am. I can't keep this going forever. What if I fail? All of those conversations are happening. And so the decision I made was that no, this month's going to be $100,000 month, just like the month before. Why not? We're creating a new normal. Let's do this. So I made that decision, and I kid you not, that evening, I got an opportunity to do a sales call at a time frame that I would never, ever do it. Here's what happens when you make decisions. When you don't make a decision, when your decision is that you're not going to succeed, you don't see the opportunities as opportunities right in front of you. You kind of have blinders on because you have something called a reticular activation system in your brain that filters out information you don't need. So if you're not focused on it, what happens is you only focus on what's in front of you, which is your doubt, your self-doubt, your fear, your insecurity, your uncertainty. I'm confused. That's all you're focused on. Clients keep showing up telling me they can't afford it. So you draw more of that to yourself. Let me prove it to you. If you've ever test driven a car, what do you see once you test drive that car? You see that car everywhere. Everywhere you go, you see that car. Now, does that mean that car wasn't there when you were driving to and from work or to and from the grocery store or to your home? No. From church, it doesn't mean that. They were probably always there, but your brain told you you didn't need it, so you didn't see it. And so what I want you to know is everything you need is all around you. The opportunities are around you, but based on the decisions that you made and what you have focused on, you only see what you see. And so I saw not 100K month. I saw a lower level month. So I was creating it for myself, probably missing all opportunities. And the moment I made a different decision, I'm going to go back and talk about decisions and how they're made and what they do for you. The moment I made a different decision, I saw an opportunity that I would not have saw before. And the main reason why I wouldn't have seen it is because it came at about 7 p.m. at night, 7 p.m., 7:30 at night. I don't do sales calls that late. I stop working at 5 p.m. every day, sometimes 3 p.m. Now that my son's not at school, I stop working at 5. So I saw this opportunity and I said, you know what? I should probably get on a call with this person. I would have pushed it off. I would have waited until I had time. I get on the call with this person and bam, they are now in my Next Level Authority Mastermind. And that was the person who popped the cherry, right? If you guys are wondering, by the way, I did a twist out on my hair. You guys are probably like, what's wrong with Shameca's hair? I did a twist out on my hair. And so I wanted to see what it was going to look like. I'll probably not do that again. Anyway, so she popped the cherry, and within 7 days, I had 3 more people join my Next Level Authority Mastermind, all because of a decision. Okay, Shameca. Deidre said, I'm a master of self-sabotage. I am too. You're like, okay, Shameca, I hear you, but it sounds all too simple. Guys, I want you to master this stuff. If you want to raise your game, if you want to up level to the next level, you've got to be a master of the facts, the reality, and the truth of who you're being inside of every moment that is creating exactly what you're getting, the results you're getting. And this is what it looks like. This is what it looks like. I talked about this the other day when I'm like, belief is really the secret sauce to everything, but your beliefs are a product of your decisions. So since I had decided that this month it was going to be difficult for me to hit 100K, I started this month off with it being very difficult for me to hit 100K in a month, right? Here's where decisions come from and where they lead, okay? Your decisions are based on an experience that you had in your life, whatever that is. So 100K months is not something I've done before. So I decided, okay, I did 2 back-to-back 100K months. to keep at this pace is probably going to be difficult. That was the subconscious conversation I was having with myself. My past experience validated that for me because I've had 100K months before, but they've been one-offs, right? I've had multiple 100K months, but they've been one-off, not consistent. And so that decision actually anchors a belief, right? And that belief is like, it's difficult. It's going to be hard. If you did it a couple of times, it's going to be hard to do it again. So you all have decisions that you've made about that are rooted in experiences that you've had in the past. Okay. Your results are a product of those decisions, not anything else. Not you need another strategy or anything. Okay. Stick with me. Whatever you believe drives your thoughts, your behaviors, your actions. So now you act in alignment with that decision that you made, those beliefs that you have. You make it hard if it's going to be hard. That's where self-sabotage comes, right? You don't say yes to an opportunity that comes right in front of you because you've got these thoughts and these beliefs going, right? You're going to make it as hard as possible if you decide that it's going to be hard. Those actions in turn that you take are what creates your results. Thus, you get the bank account that you have, how many clients you have, the types of clients that you have, all based on the decisions that you made about an experience that you've had in the past. Why am I sharing this? Not to beat you over the head with like your decisions are wrong, but to show you that you are at choice and in full power of the decisions you make every single day about how life is going to show up for you. And I just proved it. I made a different decision. My behavior automatically started coming into alignment, and it seemed like everything came out of thin air, but it was really because I was open to seeing the opportunities. So this is what it looked like, okay? Over the next 7 days, with the last day being the 18th, I believe it was, or the 17th, we brought in the last client, which was that 7-day period. It was the 17th. We brought in the last client, right? We brought in over $108,000 in revenue in 7 days. Remember, my belief before was that I didn't believe I was going to make $100,000 this month. And we did it in 7 days. On July 8th, I had $2,000 in sales. On July 18th, we had over $108,000 in sales with $43,000 in cash in the bank. If you don't have the results that you desire to have, what I want to challenge you to do is start making different decisions about what you believe is possible for you to do. Now, did I set out to do $100,000 in a week? No. My mind is blown as well that happened. But what I recognize is that I'm at full power with what shows up in my life. All right. So I wanted to start there. Belief is the secret sauce. You got to put that on everything. What you believe matters, and the beliefs that you hold about how easy or how hard it is to create leads and get clients and hit the dollar amount that you want to hit, whether it's $1 million in revenue this year, $500,000 in revenue, or just 6 figures in revenue this year. You must decide that it's a done deal and that it's possible for you. Nothing happens if you don't believe. Not a single solitary thing. No one will buy from you. You will not hit your goals. You're going to hit exactly what you believe you're able to hit. Okay. So we start there. Now I'm going to give you some of the strategy and the things that we did. All right. So the first thing I want to share with you is two things, right? Consistency. And I don't think I have a slide for that. Let me just look real quick. Consistency. Nope. I don't have a slide for it. So just write that down, right? Write down consistency. Now, consistency, high achievers, does not mean that you are working 24/7. And if you don't have it, you got to grind till you own it. That's not what consistency means. Consistency means that people can count on you and you can count on yourself. So whatever that consistency looks like, you want to be consistent in that. Right? If it's just I live stream once a week, or I live stream twice a week, or 3 times a week, you don't have to go on a 365-day live stream series, contest, challenge. You don't have to post 24/7 and even on weekends. I usually don't even really post on the weekends. I do if I get inspired with something, but it's not part of my marketing plan. I unplug, right? But I am very consistent, meaning I don't start and stop and start and stop and make offers sometimes and then not make offers. I'm very consistent. And for most people, consistency is what you are missing. Develop a cadence for how you create content in your social media world, because all of this was done without ads and only using Facebook and Messenger, period. Right? Developed a cadence. What do I mean by cadence? How do you want to show up, right? For me, you guys know I go live every Tuesday at 12:30 Pacific time, unless I'm doing the masterclass, right? So you go live twice a month, twice a week, whatever that is for you, but you want to be consistent with it. And that consistency matters because what it builds when you're consistent is trust. And sales is the energy of trust and commitment. Sales, especially high-end sales, people have to trust you, right? And then them giving you the money is their commitment, right? It's them putting their money where their mouth is. It's like an agreement, right? An exchange, an energetic exchange of commitment. I'm committed to you, you're committed to me. Trust is that first element, and it's meant because people need to be able to count on you. You're sending subconscious signals when you don't show up or when you change your messaging all the time and your offers all the time that you're not trustworthy, that I can't count on you. It might be this today and something else tomorrow, right? So that consistency matters. And then value. So the consistency of value. Are you actually delivering value? Now, I'm not a give value person, right? Most of the people who show up in my world, i.e. all of you, are people who overgive and overdeliver, so much so you never cash in on the relationship capital and the value that you do put in the world because you're not asking for business. That's not what I'm telling you to do. What I want you to understand is value is perceived by the customer, but what I want you to do is I don't want you to give value. What you want to do is be perceived as valuable. You want them to see you as valuable. You don't want them to like you because you give great content. You want them to see that, wow, this person is valuable. So that's where the value of the content comes in. And I have different types of content that I teach you how to create. And it's actually one of the things I'm going to go through in the 100K month blueprint. So if you haven't joined that class, go ahead and type 100K month blueprint. And I will make sure that you get the location for the next class that we do next week. but you want to be positioned as valuable, right? So you want to give value. So let me give you an idea of what we're doing to give value inside of our community, which is my Facebook page, right? Inside of my community, what we're doing is I do these live streams where I'm giving you valuable content that can help move you along and kind of let you see what mindset issues you might have and open the gap for you so that you can see what's possible for you. The second thing that I do to give value is I am doing this masterclass. I was doing it once a month. I've done it twice this month. I'm probably going to do it twice next month. We'll see, right? No guarantee on that, but it's my give back, right? It's my way of walking people through. Here's what's possible and here's what you can do. And it's consistent. So you want to be consistently delivering value. That doesn't mean 24/7. That doesn't mean you have to give and give and give until you're empty. It just means that you are delivering something of value to people. Okay. A third thing that I do is I have some free things that I give out. So one of the ways that we were able to generate 200 leads is I offered to give my script, which I hadn't offered in a long time, which is really my sales conversation framework called I Serve. And the I Serve sales conversation, I just offered it and said, who wants my script that closes high-end sales paid in full? Over 200 people asked for the script. So we were able to generate leads, but we were able to do that because we show up consistently. So you're not just going to be able to show up one day, ask a question like that, and then everybody's going to want it, right? You want to show up consistently, delivering value consistently. Then people know they can trust you. So when you offer them something that works for you, they go, yeah, I'd love to have that, whether it's a masterclass or a script or a PDF or whatever it is that you're offering. The consistency is the element that changes everything. So here's what I want you all to understand as I begin to wrap this up. If you're not at six figures yet in your business, your main focus should be being consistent. It should be you showing up how you desire to show up consistently, right? Consistently. That's how you get to six figures. Because when you're being consistent, what you're doing in that time is you're mastering your messaging. You're mastering making sure what you're saying and what you're putting out there is connecting with your ideal client. You're mastering your methodology. This is how I get people from point A to point Z. Right? And when I do this over and over again and over and over and over again, I'm realizing, oh, it works, right? So you're mastering that. So you master your message, you master your methodology, right? And then you master your marketing. What you start to learn what people respond to for you, right? So here's the deal. Whatever your thoughts are, no hair, I have hair. It's just braided. Whatever your thoughts are about your next level goal, right? Whatever that goal is that you have. And let's say, actually type it in chat if you want me to witness this for you. What's your goal by the end of the year? Between now and the end of the year, what's the revenue goal that you have for yourself, right? You want to know what that goal is, but what you want to be asking yourself is, what do I really believe about creating that goal? What do I really believe about how hard it's going to be for me to create that goal? What is the conversation I'm laying in bed at night around what it's going to take for me to be able to look up at December 31st and actually have this manifest in my life? Because here's the deal. Even when we choose a time frame, we are actually placing limitations on how fast something could happen. I see some things coming in. I see a 50K coming in. We're putting limitations on how fast something could happen when we put a time frame on it, right? So I'm open to how. I may have a time frame, but I'm also open to it happening in 7 days, right? I was looking to create $100,000 this month, not necessarily $100,000 by the end of the month, right? We were able to do it in 7 days. So you want to start to take a peek into your own heart space and your brain around what your beliefs are about what it's going to take, right? Because that 50K, Uniza, could be done in a week. It could be done in a day. It could be done in 3 months. It could be done in 30 days, or it could take you a year or two, or you can have it done by the end of the year. And most of the reason of what it's going to take, yeah, there's probably some strategy stuff in there that needs to be looked at, but the majority of it is those decisions and those beliefs. I said what I said. I will stand by it 100% of the time. I have seen it too often to believe anything different. Until you get your head on straight, no amount of strategy will help you sell more, period. All right, let me see what else I wanted to give you guys. Okay, so I want to give you this. So consistency of content matters, right? So deliver value, deliver something of value to people, whether it's a challenge, whether it's a masterclass, whether it's a live stream, how you post on social media, you deliver value in consistent intervals, right? The step that most people don't get right is you're waiting on people to reach out to you and click your links to buy instead of paying attention to who's paying attention to you and then reaching out to those people, right? Yeah, there's slimy ways of doing outreach and most people get it wrong. But when you do it powerfully, and again, we're going to talk about this in the 100K month blueprint, when you do it powerfully, you actually generate leads. And all you're looking for is your content to generate leads, right? So those 200 people that raised their hands, what did they tell me, right? That content was positioned in a way where those 200 people told me that either they're not closing high-end sales paid in full or they don't know how. So they all basically told me, oh, that's a lead. That's a possible person that I could support in helping them to learn how to do that, right? The easiest way to generate leads by paying attention. When you put content out there that says, hey, do you want to learn how to do XYZ, whether it's a live stream, a post, a masterclass, everyone who says yes is a lead because they're telling you they don't know how. Most people skip that part, or their content doesn't have the right pull, right? The right title, the right focus. And so they're getting people who follow, who clap for them for the story, but they can't really tell if they actually have the problem that they solve. So consistent content, pay attention to who becomes a lead, and then connect with them. Right? I got a message from someone that Thursday, which was the first person that I sold this month, who said, I have a question about something. I answered that question. I said, hey, do you want to get on a call? Right? I wouldn't be able to do it till next week, but I'm available actually right now. So I think I was still eating my dinner. I jumped on the call, right? And we were able to have a conversation that moved them forward. Don't just wait for people to say, I'm here because I want to buy, because oftentimes they have questions in their heads they can't walk themselves through yet. So that will keep them stuck at not buying because they think they need to clean up before they need to take a bath before they take a shower, or a shower before they get in the bathtub. Like, let me clean up myself so I can take a bath. That's what they think, right? They think they have to get some ducks in a row. People have not bought from me sometimes because they thought they had to wait till they got their money right. And I would ask them, do you know how much it is to work with me? And they would giggle and say no, right? So here's a person who's stopping themselves for answering a call or a call to action from me or reaching out because in their head, it's got to be super expensive to work with Shameca. But they're basing that on not known knowledge that they don't really know, right? I would venture to think that in your world, you have people around you that are just like that. And how do you know who they are? So here's the last thing that I'm going to share with you. How do you know who they are? You know who they are because they are consistently circling back around, watching your content, sometimes commenting on your content, engaging with your content. And you're like, why does this person always, or maybe they spend a whole entire day or a week and they're like going through everything you have. Trust me, that's a lead. And you're missing it because your blinders are on. You've made a decision that it can't be that easy. Okay. All right. I think that's pretty much all I wanted to share with you guys from today. So let me just recap real quick. Okay. Like I said, this is going to be short, very simple and to the point. It doesn't matter what you are being taught to do. Your decisions are your beliefs about that thing. Belief matters more than everything. If you want to believe differently, you're going to have to decide differently. If you decided that at the beginning of quarantine and COVID-19 that people weren't spending their money, I guarantee your bank account is a reflection of that. Whereas on the other side of that, my clients' bank accounts are a reflection of them deciding that people need them now more than ever. They literally have broken every record they've had in the books in the last 90 days because people do need them now more than ever, right? Just like people need you now more than ever. So you get to choose. You get to make different decisions about what this is going to look like for you, what your business is going to look like, how hard it's going to be. Just decide differently. And then align your actions with those decisions, right? Align your actions with those decisions. The second thing that I want to give you is consistently show up with valuable content. Consistently show up with valuable content. Consistently doesn't mean 50 times a day, 7 days a week, 24/7, because we're all on social media 24/7. It doesn't mean that. It just means give people a cadence they can count on and make sure it's valuable, right? If you don't know how to do that, reach out to me. I have sales school. I can teach you how to do that all day long, right? Sales school is a $2,000 a year investment. Very simple. Well, it is right now. Next month, it's going up, right? So consistently deliver valuable content. And then when you consistently deliver that valuable content, be aware of who's engaging with it and invite them into conversations. Invite them into conversations, right? It can just be as simple as saying, hey, I saw you ask some questions during my live stream. I wanted to make sure you got all your questions answered. That starts the conversation. It can be as simple as saying, hey, it looks like you could use some help with creating content based on what I saw with your interactions with my post. Are you open to having a conversation about that? I think I could help you with it, right? That takes courage. So I'm going to give those to you again. Decide what you choose to believe right now about the results you desire to create. Align your actions with those decisions. That's one. Right? So decide and align your actions with a decision. The second one is consistently give valuable content. Have a cadence that people can count on, because that's how you build trust, so that when you do ask for things or ask people to engage, they actually do. And then the last one is convert those into conversations with people. Connect and convert them into conversations. Don't just get up every day and post on social media and hope that clients are going to show up. That's how we did it. In 7 days, I started looking for opportunities. Oh, wow. Here's one. Here's one. Here's one. Here's one. I missed this one. Here's another one. Right? And then connecting with people and saying, okay, can we take the next step? Not like, do you want to buy my stuff? But let's have a conversation about it. Let's see where it goes. Okay? So decide. Put content out. Connect and move people to conversations. It really is that simple. I do this with my clients 24/7. It's what they do. They show up in the world like the powerhouses that they are, and clients magically appear. It's the most incredible thing, but that's where their filter is, right? Their focus, their reticular activation system is on the opportunity, not on the lack thereof. It all starts with a decision. This, for me, the 200 leads, the 108 in sales, the $43,000 in cash, it all started with a decision, just like the lack of it started with a decision. That's the truth. All right. So if you want the notes to this show, type show notes. If you want a reminder of how you can get yourself a reminder message for all of these shows whenever I do them, type #remind. I think that's what it is. #remind. I might have said it wrong. #remind or #reminder. We'll see, whichever one works. And then if you want a seat in the 100K month blueprint for next week, go ahead and type 100K month blueprint or 100K blueprint. As long as I see the word blueprint, I'll make sure that you get the location, the secret location where we're holding it at. There's no public way for you to join the 100K month blueprint. We send out manual invites. I send out manual invites to each person because it's just the way that I want to run it for right now. We come on, I teach live, and then I open up for Q&A at the end. I don't really think anybody does that. So I open up for Q&A at the end. I answer all questions. It's a blast. The last one was absolutely incredible. And I've been tweaking that presentation because I'm trying to work on it for something. So the Q&A is my gift to you for hanging out with me for that time frame. And I'm really just trying to fine tune it. So if you've been there before and you want to show up again, I promise you it's probably slightly different than the last time you were there. All right. So show notes if you want access to the notes. 100K month blueprint if you want access to the blueprint, and a reminder if you want reminders for these. For those of you guys who are like, okay, I love all this stuff you said, but I really want to know how to work with you because your case studies that you've been showing are the bomb and I want some of that in my life. Hey, Tanya, what you want to do is just message me. Just message me. right? Just message me and say, hey, Shameca, I want to know what opportunities you have to work with you. Okay. And then we can just start a quick conversation about it. But guys, it's simple, right? Not easy, because the part that's not easy is you shifting the patterns of behavior that you've had that get you your current results. And so what we want to do is we want to start expanding your capacity to receive. We want to start paying attention and becoming aware of how you sabotage and get in your own way, just like I had to do for myself. Just like I had to do for myself. I literally almost jinxed the whole thing. That's what my dad would say. You almost jinxed the whole thing, right? I literally almost sabotaged this month where it wasn't a 6-figure month. And here's the deal. I'm creating new normals for me. My clients are creating new normals for themselves. They're breaking their own records. What we're trying to do is transcend anything that's ever been done before. We're shifting the wealth code for generations to come. And the only way that we can do that is by continually expanding our capacity, how we show up, what we believe is possible. That's important, right? Belief is the secret sauce. All right, loves, I'm going to take off. My hair probably will not be like this any longer. This was fun just to play around with it and see what it looks like. I'm going to go back to my afro until it grows a little bit longer. I'm growing it out because of COVID hair. Let me just make sure there's nothing that I need to see. Okay, I see some blueprints and some other stuff there. Last time, one more time, if you're looking for like, how can I work with you? Just message me. So if you want sales school, which is $2,000 a year, you can just go to weslaysales.com, weslaysales.com. That's there. There's a 12-month payment plan that goes away July 31st. That is there right now. And right now you can get into sales school for $2,000 for the year. That's going away July 31st. So if you're thinking about working with me at that level, you're not at 6 figures yet, that's where you want to be. For everyone else, I'm inviting you to just reach out. Tell me where you are. Let's have a quick conversation. And here's the deal. You don't have to worry about me trying to sell you into something, because I'm not going to do that. My work speaks for itself. What I want to see is where you are in your mindset, and if it's capable for me to take you on this journey to shift something for you so that you can create the results that you want. And then we'll just kind of map it out and see if it's possible. All right. All right, guys, I'm going to take off. It's been fun hanging with you. Say goodbye to the twist out, blow, whatever this is. Yeah, that's what it's called. Say goodbye to the twist out, because it won't be around any longer. Talk to you guys later. Bye. Thank you so much for watching my show, my channel. Here's what I want you to do. If you really love what you've been listening to, I want you to subscribe to my channel and leave me a comment. No, really, leave a comment, like right now. I'm not gonna stop talking until you leave a comment. Seriously, leave a comment.